Let me look for guest. See right hand side.
Yes, see we to do guest too.
Hmm?
I've seen you to invite guests. It's in this one. Look at this.
It's not. I'm not on Facebook. Right hand side. Guest.
I think if other platforms are becoming unusual, we'd go the live on Facebook because it's easier to send friends invites and invite guests on Facebook. I've seen it.
Okay. I guess it's.
Lisa, it'll be fine.
So it is on the right side. I need to see his messages. I can see it here.
What message are you looking for, Chief?
Okay, maybe here.
I'll send the calendar if you're not live again on Facebook.
Okay. If people are live, then because I couldn't get in.
You couldn't get better. Why? But I can get him. Do you want to invite him?
Yeah.
He's my friend too.
You can.
You can ask. You can see it.
Tell him to join through Facebook page. My page, not the yeah. I can't send him message now. Okay, so hello everyone. Thank you for joining. I am so sorry it's been 23 minutes past the hour. I was struggling with tech issues, trying to find how to get my guest into the studio, but I haven't found it up till now. So I'm just going to start, and hopefully we will have them through Facebook to join, and you know, we will just get it rolling. So welcome again, everyone. Good evening from wherever you're joining. I have been just, this, by the way, is Chichi Igwe podcast. And we are starting today to talk about wealth. So for some time now, what we hear in the news, on social media, and across the globe is wealth, 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 wealth. Everybody is talking about wealth and wealth creation. Everybody wants to blow, like my Nigerian people will say. People just want to belong. They want to, be reckoned with. They A lot of people believe that class is all about money and where you rank in terms of your possessions. And it's been going around. People talk about financial freedom, independence, and wealth creation. And I've just suddenly been thinking about what might be going on in the minds of people concerning this concept wealth. What are they really thinking about? So I had a conversation recently with someone who was arguing that it is not whatever you get education, you get this, you go to school, but if you are poor, that you are really nobody. And I was wondering what poverty and wealth really meant to two of them, because he's a husband and a wife. And I didn't get quite an answer. And it dawned on me that majority of the people out there who are busy talking about wealth, probably are just following the crowd and doesn't really know what it means to them. Maybe they know what it meant to other people, but to them as a person or as a family, they really don't know what wealth represents or the definition of it as relates to them. So today we are here to talk about what wealth really is. What is wealth? If somebody asks you what wealth is, or maybe what it means to you, what will your answer be? Are you able to give them a response that you can beat your chest and say, yes, this is really what it means? Or will you be in doubt or in confusion as to whether you are right or wrong? So let's get the ball rolling by talking about wealth. So I'll begin today by explaining a little bit of what wealth is. It is part of what I have explained or described that people think it is. Yes, that is number one. But wealth is kind of more than just possessions or physical assets or cash or those things that we hear all over today that wealth is. So there are other forms of wealth, and that's part of what we'll be discussing today. So, yes, wealth is financial wealth, which means the possessions, assets, be it stock, real estate, gold, the things, some of the valuable items that you have, and I mean things that you can convert to cash, in a matter of hours. So all of that is wealth, but have we considered that there are other forms of wealth that we should pursue with the same zeal and energy that we are using to look for money and the things that we can use to take care of life? So I will start by saying that it is good to get those other things we pursue, like money and all of that. It is, by the way, wealth, as some people think, is not really what it is, because some people think that if you buy a car, if you have basically that, most of the liabilities that they have are also classed as wealth. But that's because of the definition of wealth that they have in their minds. Because if it will keep devaluing, and you may not place a value to it at the point that you need it, you can't really say that that is wealth. Wealth is accumulated over time. Wealth is nurtured, is built. Wealth is something that you create intentionally and you work at it over a period of time. It's never quick like some people think. Sometimes we do say that for you to create the financial wealth, which is what many people think to become just wealth, for you to create that you'll be looking at a period of 5 years and above. So that means that it is not something you just wake up and just have or claim to have, that it is something that requires intentionality. You have to be purposeful, you have to put hard work, you have to wake up and change some habits and all that. So all of that is the same way that we create the other forms of wealth that we'll be talking about today. So if you're listening up to now, you might be wondering, all I know that wealth is if I have money, if I have good house, good cars, if I can fly anywhere I want, if I can just pay for the things I need. That is what wealth is. But today we will talk about other wealth that we should pay attention to, but not really paying much attention to. And some of the ones I'm going to mention now are very important, but I will end with the one that I believe that everybody should place more value on. So let's start by talking about the education, the wealth of the mind. So when we read, when we study, when we become academically, sound, what we are doing is gathering wealth, because it's a academic wealth that we are also getting. So somebody might be very poor but well read, and they will not be classed as being rich or being wealthy, but they are also wealthy because they have a form of wealth. And some other forms of wealth that you might find is kind of when people are full of wisdom, that people go to them to make inquiries and to get some advice. It may seem to relate with the academic wealth that I talked about. If you like, you can place it in that order, but it's a form of wealth. Today, I will be talking about relationship wealth, relational wealth. So there is an adage in my place that says that he that has people is more than he that has money. And sometimes we overlook these kind of statements, but one thing we have to realize is that the people that carved it, the people that it came out from first, they thought really well. They didn't just wake up and thought that this is a cool saying. They have experiences that brought them to that point where they have thought about so many things and say, you know what, if you have relationship wealth, you are really more than those that have money. And I'm going to later on talk about why this is very obvious, so that if you don't believe, maybe it will start convincing you that truly, truly, as you gather other forms of wealth, that you should also pay attention to relationship wealth. So usually when I talk to my clients about relationship wealth, I do give an example. That example I had some years ago from a renowned, powerful man of God, and this talked to me. And every time I want to talk to couples that come to me fighting over money, every time I find families that come to me and the bulk of the problem It's relational, but manifesting in financial issues, which they think is the problem, until I get to tell them that actually this is a symptom of the problem and it is not the problem itself. So let's get back to the roots and deal with the relationship problem you have so that you will stop having money problems. And that's when we will start making headway. By the way, I used to just coach people on relationships for years now. I used to just talk about relationship. I was passionate about it, and I am still passionate about relationships. I get alive when I see relationships that work. And I started helping a lot of families and couples and individuals that want to get married around relationship, the things to watch out for, what could make it successful, the things that could kill it. And over time, years of coaching and strategies I give to people, I realize that it's really, really not so complete or a wholesome approach to deal with people's relationships without dealing with their finances. Because when you get to a point where people are not wanting to settle the matter again, or they don't want to, they are, all that you hear from them is, I'm tired, I am done, I am not doing again. But when you go deep, you will find that money is the main symptom that is manifesting. So I had to go to learn about money, how it functions, what it is, and the ways to manage money. So over a period of years now, that's what I have been doing at the background, learning how money functions and how we can really manage our personal finances so that I can help these couples and these families to resolve their relationship issues by making sure that money is not a symptom of a problem or is not creating more problems. And so today, I will be talking from that wealth of experience and knowledge that you can't really manage relationships so well if you are not a good manager of money. If you can't manage resources very well, then at some point, or maybe if one person can and the other person cannot, and they don't come together to decide who does what at what point, or who has strength here or who has strength the other, then there will be what people term relationship problem, or they term it, most people tend to say, we are having money fight, we are having money problem. Even among siblings, amongst parents and children, they will say they are fighting over money. Meanwhile, it is a relationship problem. So the reason for today's life is based on a conversation that I had recently with someone. I thought maybe a lot of people would benefit from the conversation. So let's talk about money. Let's talk about relationship. What really is this gathering of wealth without the relationships that we have, that we created, that we have nurtured in the past, striving? If you have so much and you are not able to have people around you that can share with it, then what happens when the chips are down? So this man of God that I talked about gave an example one day of what wealth is, and I agree. So if, for instance, that you need something, what can I say? Maybe you need a white cap, for instance. And it's really important that you take that white cap to an event. And it's important that you attend that event. It's really going to change your life and take you to the next level. So it's not one of those that you really want to miss. And you have no money to buy a cap. You have no one to get a cap from. It is urgent. You are running behind schedule in attending this event. And suddenly you remembered that you had friends that you have family, that you have people that maybe if you tell 20 of them or one of them that somebody might be able to help, and then you send maybe a social media post today, since we are in the social media age, or you send a text message or a WhatsApp, or you make a phone call to about 20 people and then say, I need a white hat, a white cap right now. It's really important. And I'm going for this event in 3 hours. So in 3 hours, if I don't get a white cap or a white hat, then something is going to go really wrong. So let's pause for a second. What do you think is going to happen? Remember, I told you that this individual had friends, he has family, he has relationship. What will happen is that there will be a flood of hearts and caps to wherever he is, to his location. He won't get one. He will not get a one cap or hat. There's going to be a lot that he might not be able to choose from or have time to choose from before attending the event. Let's turn it around for a second. If it is someone that have no relationships, because we know that today there are some people that relationship is not really important to them. They would rather get the financial wealth. And in fact, they don't really mind stepping on toes. They don't mind stepping on other people's backs just to get those financial wealth. They believe that if they have all the money that can solve all their problems, that they really don't need people. In fact, that they don't even need their families. That as long as they have money, they have a bargaining power financially, that they are good to go. So if it is that person at this point, remember that it's just a short period of time to this event. And some people may even have the money, they may not access that particular product or item that they need. So for someone who have no relationship, what will happen is that they will miss the event. It will not turn out to be very pleasant, and they may miss the chance and the opportunity. So that brings me to the point where I want to say that it is good we all pursue financial wealth, including myself. Seeking to attain financial freedom, even though I'm not completely there yet, but I'm working towards it. I've started managing my finances so well, coaching myself as the first client, and it's working. And I will attain financial freedom. But it just occurred to me that there is more important things, wealth, and that's relationship. So I am going to just put it out there today that this is going to be a very short life, and we have already lost some time due to some tech issues that I had. So I'm going to make it brief. But the important message I want to pass on today is that if you have relationships, no matter what you are pursuing, whether it's financial wealth or other things, whether it's academic wealth or other pursuits that we have in life, I want us to pause at some point and reflect on our relationships, the relationships that we have with our families, with our friends, colleagues, with our community, with just people around us. There are some relationships that are so important, but out of ignorance and pursuit of money, we have just severed those relationships. Today might be a day for you to go and do all it takes to amend those relationships, to just build back the bridges that you have burnt in the past. Just build them back, because all in all, when the chips are down, these relationships become your greatest asset and the biggest form of wealth that anyone can have. Let's not forget that we are talking both horizontal and vertical relationships here. We are not talking just about our relationship with ourselves here. We are also talking about relationship with God. So it won't make sense if we pursue all things and our relationship with God is in jeopardy. Because, like I said, all in all, those are the highest form of wealth and highest form of getting that anyone can get. So if you are studying, if you are trying to get whatever level you want to get to at PhD level, we want to get all those houses and cars and, aircraft, whatever it is. It's beautiful. It's a good place to be, to have financial freedom and independence and to have wealth. But pay attention to your relationship wealth. Cultivate it, create more, build on it, be intentional about making it work. Put all you have to put in, the same effort and energy like you go to your place of work every day to make financial wealth, like you attend to your business daily so that you can get financial wealth. You stay awake through the night so that you can get financial wealth. That's the same level of commitment, if not more, that our relationships require. I know that somebody might be saying, there are some toxic relationships. There are even some family members that I rather not relate with. I agree. Yes, but that does not mean that you will, for instance, family is family. You didn't choose them, and there is nothing you can really do about it except to put measures and boundaries in place to safeguard your soul so that it's not wounded to the point that you cannot relate with your maker or be effective and run your affairs effectively. But to say that they are no longer or this and that, I mean, there are some cases that we don't want to talk about here. But generally, your family is your family. Your friends, they are friends. And no matter what you get, they are more important. And if you put more into it, it's going to give you a better return. So when you start saying this, I don't want this relationship, what have you done to make it work? I'm not also forgetting that some people have worked so hard, done everything, and some relationships can't go on. But what I'm saying today is that for some of us who are thinking that once they have everything, that they don't need people, I want them to think again and take this analogy that I painted to heart and maybe think about it later, today, tomorrow, and find out what your mind is telling you about it. Do you really still think that you can do without some of those relationships that you have discarded? Or do you really think that whatever happened is big enough and strong enough for you to sever those relationships? When the chips are down, there are some things that money can't buy. There are certain places that money cannot take you to, that relationship can take you to. There are some doors that you can never open with whatever you have, whether it's academics or finances, but some relationships can open those doors for you. And there are some boardrooms that you will never get to know about, much more entering into. But relationships can get you there even in your absence. So sometimes in life, we will sit back and think, actually, all of these, What I need now is a loved one. What I need now is a nice conversation. What I need now is a great laugh. What I need now is just company. And that's how we are made. We are relational being before other beings. So let's just pay attention as we pursue money, assets, this and that. Let's reflect on the relationships we have, because all of these things are inside a relationship that we hold. And it won't make sense if we have all of that and no one to actually spend it with. So that's the message that I bring to my audience today. We are going to be going into the series of, managing finances in a relationship, because what we are after is helping relationships, like individual relationships, helping family relationships, helping couples to really manage their relationships and their finances. And so, because we have noticed that two of them work hand in hand, they are intertwined. If you get one right and you didn't get the other right, the relationship will be suffering. And that's why we are out to be helping these families and the individuals and marriages to make sure that they enjoy their relationships, enjoy freedom in their finances, and live a fulfilled life which they truly deserve. So, as we get on with it, we will be talking more about how you can manage your finances, be it with your spouse, be it yourself as an individual, or as a family, for instance, among siblings. Some families are wanting to kill themselves today just because of money. But what they are not realizing is that there is a fundamental relationship problem that has occurred, and is just manifesting in these money fights and money betrayals. So if you are in such family, just take it today that some things are more important than the others. There shouldn't be competition and all those things that happen, especially in families. And that's the essence of today's life. Don't forget that we will be having this every Sunday, the same time at 8 p.m. UK time or 8 p.m. British Standard Time. Every Sunday, we'll be going live to help more families, help more individuals and more couples to better manage their relationships and their money. So I'm going to stop here today because this is just an intro to the series that we will be having. And I would like to know if there are any questions before we close that I will answer. And once again, I want to apologize to everyone that joined early, and because I delayed a bit due to technical problems. So please do bear with us, and we'll try to get better next time. So if I'm just going to check the chat and see if there are questions to take before we call it a day. So I have my big bro, Richmond Obabike. Thank you very much for joining. I have Pedro Apollos. Thank you for joining. My friend ECOTV is here too. Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for joining. So I have a question here that I would like to, attend to. So which is the most important form of wealth then? I mean, if I am to make a choice about which of the wealth that will pay off for me, yeah. So I think I have touched a bit on this, and I'm going to reiterate again. And this is where I stand, that in the matter of wealth creating wealth, building wealth, in the matter of pursuits in life, that relationship wealth is or should be the most important wealth that we pursue. And that because it transcends other forms of wealth. It is far better because if you have people, then you are likely going to get more than you can accumulate by yourself alone. And if you pay attention to the relationships that you have, that's when it will yield results for you. Because if you are not friendly, you should not be expecting friendship. And that's what the scripture said. God is all wise, and he has put it that way. And I believe that most of us will agree to that. So if you don't become friendly when the issues of life come, just pray and hope that all that you have acquired in life will be able to sort it for you and keep you going. Because sometimes we know that it will not be enough and may not do so much for us more than human beings can do for us. So I believe that the most important wealth to pursue as we pursue the other forms of wealth, as we get money, build all the, things that we want to build to for rainy days, as we want to prepare for retirement, as we work towards financial independence and freedom, that we should also put the same effort into creating intentionally and building our relationships. If you're married here, pay attention to your spouse and your immediate family and extended family, because a time will come when they will be the ones you will be calling. Your money may not be able to answer. Your assets may not be able to answer. And I don't want anybody to go away from this life and think, oh, she is against building wealth. No. Or maybe she is one of those people that like poverty. I really hate poverty. I really, really hate it with passion. But I also do know that as I'm working towards financial freedom, that I have to make sure that the relationships around me, that they are healthy, and that I don't step on their toes just so I can get the other things in life. So that's my answer to that question. I hope that it will suffice for your question. If it is not enough answer, do let me know, because we can talk more about it before we close, or on my DM. So yes, to me, relationship wealth is more important. Thank you very much, Isi. Thank you. I agree. That is the most important wealth to build. So I'm not able to get people into the studio to come and ask their questions today. Of course, I am still, getting better and better at these things. Hopefully, the next time I will be able to get them in. Please do bear with me if you are looking for permission to come in and I wasn't able to get you in. I will do that next time. Pedro, I am very sorry I couldn't get you in. Isi, so sorry. I wasn't able to get you in. But thank you for joining and staying till now. So I'm going to end it here. Please do share the video for other people to get to hear what we are talking about, and put your comments, any question. That's what we are here for. Just put your questions. And if there is any aspect of relationship, family, and their finances that you want us to talk about, I would like you to put that in the comments, and we'll surely discuss that in some of our live streams. Thank you again, everyone. For those that will be watching this live at a later time, please do let me know where you are watching from, your name, and if there are any questions or comments, please do share with us. If you have experiences that made you think that pursuit of financial wealth is better than pursuit of other forms of wealth, do let us know. We want to hear from you. If you think that it is relationship wealth is really what we should pursue more, we would like to hear all other ones. Just share your thoughts and opinions, and I will be very grateful to look at them. And I'm sure that our audience will benefit from that. So thank you for your time. Today is Sunday. You should be relaxing, but you had some few time to come and join me. Thank you very much. I'm really very grateful. And thank you, everyone, again. And see you in the next live and next Sunday, too. Oh, sorry. Let me take this question before we go. Should married couple have same account? Oh, my God. Okay, so married couple, this is a case-by-case study, so it's not one size fits all, but I will give my recommendation from my experience and having been dealing with many couples. So I will tell you what I find that work best, and the rest will be your decision to make, because some family dynamics are different from some others. But generally, it works best for families if they keep their finances together, if they share everything about their finances, if they make it that this is our money. Like, it's not my money, it's not your money, that it is my money. That's what works. Now, how they dispose of that, their income, how they manage it, is something that they have to create based on the strategy that work for them. Sometimes people come and we give a different strategy and give B a different strategy. That's because of the dynamics of their home. So if it is our money, then there will be no secrets, because secret is one of the things that breed poverty in homes. Yes, because it is a lot of losses and wastage that happens when there is secrecy in terms of money. In fact, in everything, when it comes to two people that have come together to become husband and wife. So when there is transparency, everything works okay. So if it is their money, there should be transparency. They should decide how they manage it, who does what, and who handles what. It is best that both of them pay attention to their finances. It is best that they manage it together. But sometimes we have seen some families or some couples that really, one person, until they learn, become financially literate, and deal with some habits, they are not actually in the position to manage the family's finance. And in those circumstances, the person that have the capacity to do that will be the one managing it, but with a lot of transparency, utmost transparency. And they should talk about their finances. They should sit down maybe once a week or even more to talk about their financial goals, their financial dreams, and their financial purposes, that the things they want to, fulfill with their money. They should be meeting regularly to talk about that. Some people do keep a joint account, and some people keep separate accounts. We have found that although some people can, from whatever they earned in a month, make contributions into a general purse and then keep the rest for themselves, there are some other people that bring them together and they will both take out something like an allowance that they could use for their personal, something that they don't have to be, begging or sound like begging or something, or just for themselves, because some women and some men can also have their own personal investments in certain dynamics. But remember, I recommend that they become one and let their money become one also, as they are one. So some people that keep joint accounts, that's fine. Some people that don't keep, they have to find out why are they keeping separate accounts, that there is no general account is what I mean. But some people can keep 3 accounts or even 4. So there is a general account where outgoings are leaving from, and they both have their private accounts. That's 3. They may also have another account where they put in something for any project that is not just the monthly outgoings. And that's where they may be giving out to charity, where they may be investing from, and all that. Those couples that run this model, I find that it worked better than some other couples that I have, that have sat before me. So that will be my answer. You know that this is very large. To unpack it is not what we will do in one day. And that's part of what we do in, individuals when they, or families when they come, because we have to map out the strategy that will work for them so that they will enjoy financial, joy, so they can also enjoy their relationships and not have money as a strain to their relationships. So what I will recommend is that, yes, they keep same account, but also have their private money. However they want to have that private money or keep it is what they have to find what works best for them, whether it is to open private accounts or just from their one account, or how many they are, but their joint account, to now have something they call their own. Because we do encourage that people also have their own money. So that's my answer, and we can talk more about it if you like, and just leave us a DM and we can talk more on that next time. So I have another question. Oh no, it's not a question. So it's thank you for the show. It's a discussion that needed to be had a very long time ago, especially for those of us in the diaspora. Yes, I agree. In the diaspora, because of the system and how things work, money is a big problem. A lot of families are breaking up because of money issues. They are not agreeing at all on the issues of money. And it is causing breakups, divorce, and separation. Yes, than it is happening in other countries of the world. So I know that in the diaspora, money is a big symptom of relationship problems. So thank you for that comment, and thank you, everyone. We will get the conversation going next time. And all of these are things that affect relationships in terms of families, friends, couples, especially. And we shall be talking about them as we help families to manage their relationships and their finances. So thank you, everyone. Again, I think there are no more. One more question. What what should one what should one of the partner do if the other do not agree to joint spending? Okay, so basically, if somebody is not agreeing to joint spending, already we know that there is a relationship problem, because that's not the problem. It is just a manifestation of the problem that is lying down somewhere. So we'll be dealing with that relationship problem. Is either that there is something that there are some spendings that they would not like to discuss. There are some spendings that they will not want their spouse to know about. Maybe they have a problem of, submitting to one another, or they have a problem of accountability, or maybe they are people who have not mastered the act of saving or spending within their means. They think that they can just wake up and do as they like. Though, so all of these habits might be the reason why somebody would be disagreeing to joint spending. But there is a bigger reason. It might be that someone in a relationship where the other person have no money values, have no, is not literate about money, does not even know what money is or how it is used. If somebody lives with someone who, whatever comes in a month, finishes it within a week, then they might be making such decisions just to safeguard themselves and their families, especially if they have children. So one partner may wake up and think, you know what, if we do this joint account spending our money, we will be on the streets begging and we may be homeless. The children may suffer. So I'm going to keep a certain size of our money so that he or she doesn't get hold of it to spend. But all in all, it's a relationship problem that needs to be sorted, because either way, it's still not going to work. It will make a very beautiful and an amazing relationship. That route, it will make it. So they will still need to get help to resolve it. And if somebody has some addictions or habits that they need to deal with, that's what they will do. So that it pays best to have our money and use it and enjoy it and even save more on it than when we are all about our own things and our own money. So that would be my answer for that question, that there is a problem and they will need help to resolve it. When they do, they will find that it is not a money problem, that it is a relationship problem, and they will be happier. Thank you. So, thank you again, everyone. In the absence of no other question, I would like to let us go and rest for the day. And thank you again. Any question coming up later, please just put it in the chat or in our DM, and we will surely respond to it. Thank you again, and see you next Sunday at 8 p.m. UK time. Don't forget to bring friends and family. We will be having an interesting topic next Sunday. And see you then. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Thanks, Isi. Thank you, Pedro. Thanks, Richmond. Thanks, Uche, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. See you. Bye-bye.